Hey everybody,
Hey ho!
Pippa's back. Back
Yay for Pippa!
outside. She's doing well too, aren't you, baby?
She's a
The
cutie.
Pip, the Pip.
Can she do her Pippa whistle? Can she go?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Aw,
it's the Pip.
hey,
What a good
Pippa.
girl.
Yeah, it's taken a while to get her out here. Hi, Calvin.
It's great to see the Pip outside.
Yeah, well, she's not being aggressive. I mean,
Oh,
she's
that's
learned
awesome.
not to do that. I have to bring Snowball up with the boys, but um, she still has a little problem with Snowball, but she's doing
Hmm.
fine other ways. So she's getting along with everybody. Hi, Warm Fuzzy. It's a Pip. Pippa, are you eating? Are you eating a pink bird's feathers? No, you're just chewing on it. Okay. The Pip.
Are the pink birds out as well?
Yep. Oh, I got Mander staring at me. Don't I, Mander? To switch the camera. Hey, Mander.
Oh, there's a man. It's fun. The pink birds seem to settle around you, but above, and the tritons are down on your seat and on the bucket, which is great. Bob is out as well. He's a bucket boy.
Yeah, he's. It took a little bit of training with him, but he's now leaving Pippa alone, and they're. Once in a while, he'll give her the eye, and I tell him, "You're not in Compton. Stop that," and that seems to work. Um, Yeah, that's a place that in California, if you go and you stare at somebody, you're likely to get your head knocked off. So no staring, right? Right, girl? Right, girl. That's right. That's right.
I think
Oh,
there's no place in the world where staring is a good idea.
um. Well, bird watchers do a lot of that.
That's true. But the thing is, you stare at birds, not on other people. I mean, when you
Yeah.
when you use your binoculars to watch other people, then you're a creep.
Well, there was some woman in a zoo who, well, she wasn't in the zoo. She visited the zoo, and she stared at the silverback gorilla, thinking she was making friends with it and bonding, until it got really mad and broke out and gave her a punch in the face. Because in gorilla talk, staring is very aggressive.
Hmm.
So just goes to show some people are clueless. And I apologise for the shrieking. She has learnt to shriek. My little sidekick has. That's her new thing.
I think
Well, there's
Pippa
times.
understands. She had
There's
once 8
times.
eggs.
Yeah. There's times we'd all like to shriek. So, right, Pippa?
Mm.
Pip, pip. Bob. You wouldn't even think he knew she was out here, and he does. I mean, they were
Yeah,
only
but
about a foot apart when I brought him out because he was sitting on the chair and I was holding her, and he looked at her a couple times, and I said, "Be nice." Then he went over to play on the bucket.
yeah, just be a happy bucket boy.
Hi, you want me to pet you again? I bet you do. Yeah, that's the way you are.
Wow. Oh, there's the blue sky. I just wondered.
Oh yeah, we have the blue sky thing going
Uh,
most of the time.
So
You
is
guys can
Lucy
all.
out as well?
Yeah, she's out here.
Is she the
Just
only poor white bird who has to be outside with the? No, is it Cecil who is preening her?
Cecil's preening her right now. Yeah.
Comforting each other,
See,
being once
see,
in the minority.
Yeah. Well, Snowball usually hangs out at the far end anyway. He picks a corner and
Mm.
stays there until we reduce the number of birds. So he's kind of happier with the situation of
It looks
coming out
like Bob
later.
is more interested in the outside and what's going on there than in Pippa and Bob.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm sorry. What happened? Did I catch you? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Hi, Bob.
Oh, coming over. Now it's getting interesting.
It's walking very slowly.
Mm.
I have a great book I'd like to tell you about, but I'm going to have to wait till the next video because I've tried to upload it twice, and for some stupid reason, when I upload it on the phone,
And he is gone.
Oh
I
dear.
apology. He will
Yeah.
be coming back soon. When it
Yeah.
needs a little more time, we can show you funny videos. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no, he is
that's what
already back.
happens when you have two
yeah,
versions. That's what happens.
Oh, Don,
uh,
you're
this
always
all
far too early
uh,
back.
yeah,
So
this
let's
all
see.
started when
There we have you.
Apple did another update. I swear they're getting to be more like Microsoft every day. You do an update and things start going crazy.
Yeah, they pushed out two updates really close to each other, so I think the first one must have been wrong, and then they were like, "Yikes, fix it."
Yeah, it was a point. It was a point 3.1. Whenever there's a point one, you can figure they really screwed something up. They just hi Falcon Sue. Um, yeah, they don't. They're trying to get the same kind of reputation that Microsoft has now. So
Was that a sneeze?
yeah, she does that.
Bless you.
Not as
What a
much as
cute
she used to,
sneeze.
but she sneezes once in a while.
They're very cute little sneezes.
Yeah, except when she was doing them like constantly. She doesn't do
Yeah,
that anymore.
and they're very ladylike.
But hi, Pippa. It's a pip. It pips.
Oh, Pip, Pip,
It's a
Pip.
pip. A pip,
Pippa,
pip,
can you
Pippa.
phone Steve and tell him that he needs to sort out the leadership at Apple?
Mm.
Yeah, I think they probably do better if they just put a microphone and a speaker over Steve Jobs' grave. I think that would be they'd probably get better responses.
Mm.
I cannot believe
Or
it.
if they literally just talk to Pippa on FaceTime and
Yep,
followed her instructions.
Pippa knows. Pippa knows. The Pippa knows.
Mm. She's so beautiful. I love her yellow crest.
She's a pretty one. She's a
Mm.
cutie.
I'll give you a little preview about the book, and I'll have to put a video up because I know it sticks in your head a lot better if you got a video. And I tried for about an hour to get the darn thing to stick, and every time I'd upload it, it would, we can't do this. It would take the video and start processing and then die. So,
Gesundheit.
um, it's written by Dr. Burkett, who's an avian vet on the East Coast, and he's got a great sense. He's got a great sense of humor, but he also tells you straight out. He's the vet I talked about that he has a video on first aid, which the book includes first aid too. But um, and he's got a group of people, local people that he's training to work with birds, and he says, "Don't bring me a birdie biscuit." And he says, "Don't put a flower on a wound to stop the bleeding. If you don't have styptic in the house, you shouldn't have a bird. It's a super clotter styptic." But he doesn't mince words. And when when you look at the book, it says, "Don't do this do this. Don't do this. Do this." It's great because he makes his points clear and quickly, and it's a short book. I mean, you could sit down and read it in a day, but it covers all the main points: food, cages, perches, cleanliness, first aid. It's all in there. And I think the book is only available on Birdie Boutique. It might be available on Amazon. I don't know, but birdieboutique.com. That's his business. He has a wholesale side too. Um, and I'm not. This is not a paid promotion. I just got the book, came in with an order I placed, and I bought the book. He didn't give it to me for free or anything. And I just started reading it, going, "Where has this book been all my life?" I can tell everybody about this because it is. It is. If anybody's familiar with Strunk and White's Elements of Style, that is the essence. If you want to know how to actually write and speak English, that's the book. Okay, and it's short. It's a tiny book, but it really covers everything. And that's the way this is. And he doesn't mince words. He's not one of those kind of people. Well, maybe this, maybe that. He says, "This is why you need to get your bird on pellets." And he tells you, "This is why. These are the things you can give them besides spelling it." But it's just perfect. I'm just amazed that there's a book like that for us now. Up to this point, probably the number one book, and it doesn't cover everything, is Parrots for Dummies. But the problem with that is any of the For Dummies series, you are working under mass restrictions because they tell you what you can and can't say, basically. Dr. Burkett wrote the book the way he wanted it and got it published that way. So it's like there wasn't anybody looking over his shoulder. He just wanted to put out something that obviously would make lives better for the birds and the people who have them. So, but anyway, Spirit Matter, you know that? Yeah, if you know this Drunken White book, then you know what I'm saying. This is the condensed wisdom that you really need to have a bird. I mean, there's a lot of other things that you should know, but the essentials are in there. We've never had a book like that before. Because once those editors and the booksellers get a hold of it and they start saying, "Oh, you can't say this and you can't say that," you're in trouble. Because then you water it down and it doesn't really teach you what you need to know. Oh, you're asking me what the name is. That's why I made the video. Hold on a sec. I don't know if I can even do this, but I'll try. Hope I don't lose you guys. Uh, it's Preventative Health Care for Parrots by Dr. Greg Burkett. And I don't know how much it was. I bought it and then I just waited for the order to come in a week later, and there it was. And I don't know how much it was. But birdieboutique.com, that's where it is. It's under, well, that's where I had a link for it and everything, but I don't know if I can get the link. No, I can't while I'm doing this.
Warm Fuzzy Vibes found it already. She says available on Amazon about $17.
It might be less on his website. I don't know, but whatever it is, if it was $100, it'd be worth it. There was another book that's supposed to be like First Aid for Parrots, written by somebody who's supposed to be a big avian vet. I went to his office one time. I didn't see him. I saw another vet. I was not impressed, and I wasn't impressed with his book either. I never recommend it because pretty much every page says, "I need money. Come to me." Pretty much is what it says. So. But it's good at any price. If you could put the link up, we'll allow a link on this one. If you've got the link for it, we'll put it up there. Right, Pippa? it's the essential book on keeping a parrot, and it's I don't know how many pages it is, 120 or something like that. Not terribly long, but and it's illustrated. And oh, thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much, damn it. You choked me up. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate those super stickers. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I've got probably every book on, at least every higher level book on taking care of parrots, but I just, and for some reason, I just got the book a couple of days ago, and it was in a pile of other stuff, and I saw it this morning. And went, oh, I better look through here, and oh, I got to make a video, and then of course it won't work. If I upload from the computer, 9 times out of 10 it does, but when I try to do it on my phone, I get this, oh, we couldn't process the video, try again later. Uh-huh. Well, I'll expand it, make it a little better, because I just threw the video together in like 20 minutes. I'll make it a little better. What are you doing, Bob? What are you doing, Babaloo?
Babaloo.
Bababoo? Bababoo! It's Babaloo, the Babaloo.
Bob's a good bird.
It's a Babaloo
And the
shoulder
Pippa.
bird. Mm.
And the Pippa, be nice. Be Bob. None of that. You're not in Compton.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Oh,
That
a
sugar
pink
being
bird
preened.
is being preened.
oh, yeah.
Lucky girl.
Mm.
If only she'd reciprocate, then she'd get preened more often, I think.
Mm.
I don't think they know that word.
Not reciprocate.
Yeah, I can hear Andre the Giant saying, I don't think you know what that word means. I've not seen a reciprocating Moluccan, but I suppose they exist somewhere. Well, if you see them in the wild, they don't have little pointy things on their head, so they must exist. But
Yeah.
maybe not in captivity. I don't know.
Or they've created a machine so that the machine breeds them, so they don't have to breed each other. Because they are quite
Yeah,
clever. They build stuff with their beaks. They could make a preening machine out of twigs and little bits
yeah.
of.
More likely, they bioengineered another type of animals to do it for them.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the book The Swarm by Frank Schatzing. Bioengineered an animal that will preen them.
Or like buffalo have flies that come and eat. No, the birds come and eat the flies off the buffalo, I think. And the fish come and clean out the teeth of the shark and stuff. Like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, isn't it? Mammals draw flies. Parrots don't.
The natural mosquito killers.
They are. You're not really expecting her. He doesn't expect her to do anything back. He's just looking at me.
Oh, such a nice
I
guy.
know. Huh? What?
He's a
Hmm?
nice guy. Does it for free.
He does. Cecil, you're a good bird. That's Pippa's out here, and it's a nice, calm little group of birds. Oh, now come on. He can't do it all day. She's got that look on her face like, where does he think he's going? I'm in charge here.
He's like, hey, I wasn't done.
What are you doing, Pip? Pip preening? Hmm? Cecil, what's up? Now, how am I supposed to pet you up there? Hmm? I'm gonna try to change the camera, but he'll immediately move in front of it. Hi. Oh, now wait a minute. You just got preened. Now you're being pushy now. You're being a pushy girl. Oh, you're being too pushy. I'm petting Cecil. I'm petting Cecil. You didn't preen the Cecil. He wants some. He wants some payback. That's my job.
Why? That's so hilarious. I wonder if that sound would work for me as an alarm clock.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think her dino shriek would definitely work though.
Usually Rammstein makes a good. There's plenty of Rammstein songs that work to wake you up.
That's for sure.
Ah, ah, ah.
Giselle Loves New York has posted a little story in the chat. Growing up, my neighbors kept their German Shepherd chained up to his doghouse, and my dad's fat chicken became friend. Laid eggs in the doghouse and would often be found sitting on top of him. Oh, I love animal friendships.
Oh yeah, isn't that sweet?
Oh, thank
Oh,
you,
now,
Colin.
Chuck.
He has put a little cheese in the chat, and I think that's exactly what I need now.
It always comes back to cheese.
Yeah, but cheese makes the world better.
Enjoy it when you're young. When you get older, it isn't. You have to do all
I'm not
kinds of
sure. I
things.
think there are people who just have problems digesting cheese and some who don't. And I'm certainly belong to the people who don't.
I used to eat cheese like crazy, but I have to be careful with it now. What are you doing? One of my favorite things was to take cheese and take a bite of hot pepper, take a bite of cheese. Right, Pep? Well, I'll switch the camera now. Thank you, Cecil, for making me switch cameras. Bob, don't stare at her. It's
That's
not.
another subject we can talk. So, is there even real cheese where you live? I doubt it.
There there isn't a lot of selection where I live. Um,
Stuff in a spray can doesn't count.
Oh, that never counted. I never ate that. But around here, there are a few imported cheeses, but they charge like triple the price you should be paying for them. My favorite cheese is smoked Gouda, but
It's Gouda.
it's Gouda in my book. It's really Gouda. And it's Gouda when it's smoked.
Hmm.
Around these parts, we pronounce things differently anyway, don't we, Pippa? Say that's
We
right.
do.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Around these here parts.
But a good cheese plate really makes the day better. That's probably why my mood is today so down. I haven't had any decent cheese in a while.
Well, you need to take care of yourself. You've got to remedy that straight away.
Mm. Look at Bob. No, wait, that's Cecil. We have a Cecil bucket boy. So it's halftime today in our live stream with both Tritons out, which is something new. But obviously, Pippa agreed to get along with the rest of the bunch.
Yeah, and it's going well so far.
Yeah, I've been working with her, and now she's okay. We got to watch the Bob, other leg, Bob. No, I don't want you coming up on that side. The other side. Come on, switch over to this leg. Come on, switch. Go on, over, over. You don't get the. Okay, you're not coming up then. You can come up here. I just don't want you coming up on that leg, Bob.
Ah,
Oh, sugar. You big
get a
nut.
slide one.
Wah, wah.
Woof, woof. He's becoming doggy. Sneeze. Poor Pip. Suffering probably from the dry air outside.
Yeah, she does this in the dry air.
Giselle just has written in chat, it's so much quieter and calmer than it was last week. Yeah, it's amazing with two Tritons out and it's completely calm and chill, but I think it's better because when Tritons act out, not too funny.
No, Bob, the other leg. You know what I want. You just won't do it, will you? No, he doesn't want. He wants to come up on this leg.
That's
You're
the
not going
thing.
to
The
do
bird,
that.
even your tiny budgie knows most of exactly what you want from him, but
Well,
just
KK
doesn't
is
know.
now. If KK was out here, trust me, it would be a little wilder. And KK
Mm,
doesn't. He doesn't like the birds with the yellow
yes.
crests, and he doesn't like the ones who are pink. He's getting along with the pink ones better now, but the yellow crested is a little questionable.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Bob gets
the Tritons
territorial,
haven't
so
haven't made a good impression in the first place. I remember when KK came by, and I think the first new words he was saying was the Bob bird, looking creepy and shaking the head like never seen
Yeah.
such a thing in the world.
It's like, God, what's that? And why is it here?
Yeah. So he took the effort to learn the word for Bob in the English language or
Yeah.
human language.
He's just too clever, that KK.
that
Hmm.
foot. Yeah, I'll put my foot out and he gets pooped on. It figures. No, you're not coming up on that side. Oh, he jumps off. Well, if I can't come up there, I don't want to come up at all. Excuse me while I clean my shoe. Bob, don't start. No, don't do it. We're being a good boy. Don't start anything. Hi, Bob. Here's my boy. That's my boy. He has to come up and see if I'll give him attention. Will he give me attention? That's how it works, isn't it, Bob? Hmm? Hmm.
Oh, he is so cute.
Hey, Bob.
Probably needs assurance that he is still your preferable Bob boy, not replaced by a Pip.
Replace the Bob? No chance.
No, there's only one Bob. Amanda's closely watching what's going on and pretending to not be there. Sweet boy.
What are those blackbirds doing out there? Well, they're not. They're blackbirds, but they're not blackbirds. Explain that, Bob. Ravens are ravens. They are black. Oh,
So
they
a
come.
question is there
Hmm.
by Giselle, who would like to know how do you clean the bird poop off the cement?
No, I don't hose it down. I have a solution that is Dr. Bronner's baby shampoo. That's the unscented style. I squirt that on all the spots where they pooped, and I use that to clean it up. Mix in a little bit of grapefruit seed extract, and then I have a plastic plastic razor knife. They're plastic razors. They're not metal razors, and that scrapes it off the cement pretty easy. So on the days when we have no humidity, I make sure that I spray about twice. Once as I come out here, and then go back and spray again because it gets dry. It'll stick to the cement, but it cleans pretty easy.
Mm.
Now this is not rust proof, so you don't want to use a hose. And then
But
to
on
get
the
rid of
other
the
side, you have such a dry air there that probably all the water so gets so easy away that you don't have to think about rust or so.
yeah, if it's a really dry day, you could actually do that because it will suck it right into the air. But
Mm.
I don't do that too often. Maybe once every 3 months I'll get a hose to it. But the stuff I use does a good job of sterilizing it. It doesn't leave anything that's going to hurt the birds on it. And to get rid of, I sweep, but to get rid of the rest of the dust and stuff that gets stuck in here, I use a leaf blower. Actually, this aviary isn't. They say not to put it. It shouldn't be put outside. But if you're putting it on concrete and you've got it covered, well, technically it isn't outside. You can put them outside though, as long as it doesn't rain where you live all the time, and then you can cover them with tarps. I used to pull a big tarp across it. I'd take the tarp down, and then I'd bring the birds out, and then I'd clean up, and then I'd pull the tarp back over it. That's what I used to do when I was in Fallbrook. And then I just put paving stones on the ground. So it was sitting on paving stones. That worked well.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to have an aviary like that in Britain, for example.
No.
That would be ruined within a few weeks.
Yeah, probably also in the rainforest.
Well, the weather isn't. Well, you've been getting some warmer weather in the summer, but you could do that if you had, like we do out here, if you had a patio cover. You're better to put it in an enclosed. If you had this enclosed, with plexiglass and a heater and an air conditioning unit hooked to it, then you could be out here where they could see outside in a place like Britain. But what are you doing? What are you doing, Big Bob? Oh, did somebody drive by in a vehicle? Yeah. Oh,
Oh
there's
my.
another one. That's two vehicles. You counting?
Who are all
You
these
could.
people and where are they going?
You could count. You could be out here for 3 hours and count like 10 vehicles most days. Hi, Bob.
Sneaking over. Sweet boy.
Oh, he's allowed on me, just not on the same side she's on.
Yep.
That's part of what I'm doing to keep them apart. I'm not paying attention to where I'm pointing the camera.
Mhm.
Sorry. Yep, Dr. Bronner's baby shampoo, unscented, is what I use. Someone says, "Can he talk?" I never hear that. Can they talk? Um, yeah, Bob talks, don't you, Bob? He says, "Hello, what you doing? Goodbye, hi,
Bob,
hello."
Bob's a good
Bob,
boy.
Bob's a good boy. Bob's a good bird.
Becca.
Kisses.
Bob's a good bird. He's over here to get petted now, so.
Needs some special attention, the Bob boy.
Well, that's the thing about the Tritons. They're generally not all that interested in getting petted. I mean, they have their moments during the day, but like right now, he wants to get petted, but it's
Mm.
not an all day thing like it is with an umbrella.
Well, sounds like Sugar wants to be petted.
Hi, Shug. Yeah, what's new there? Huh? Hi, Sugar. I'm petting Bob right now. I don't think I can pet you. Oh, wow. Well, it wouldn't be smart for me to stop petting Bob when he's over here. I'd like to pet you. What a look. So intense.
That's the sugar. Making cute sounds.
Yeah, the Dr. Bronner's too. I mean, you can use it for a lot of things. It's the baby version, but I mean, you can use it for a lot of cleaning. That's basically what I use to clean. That, obviously mixed with a lot of water. It's about 1 to 10, 1 part of Dr. Bronner's to 10 parts of water. But and to scrub things, I'll use baking soda, but not out here. Um, and vinegar. Those are the primary cleaning agents I use. Oh,
And
I hear
elderberries.
you. I'll try to pet you, but I don't know how long that'll last. Bob seems to be preening and not too focused on me petting him now.
Bless
Okay.
you.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Pip Pip? Hmm?
Pip, Pip. It's good to have the Pip outside.
Pip, 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 pip. We've not seen Pip in a while, have we?
She also can talk. She can say that's right.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Pippa. Pippa. Why are you getting so? She's getting a little overexcited.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. Not the violent kind of excited, just vibrating.
Oh, don't
I
go
only
laying
reached.
any eggs, Pippa.
We haven't done that in a while. What?
She just
What are
randomly
you?
laid 8 all at once.
Oh, yeah. That was no fun, Pip, back then.
It's doing, Pip Pip. That's right. That's right. No, don't vibrate just because I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm. And all 8 eggs were named Steve.
Yeah.
Don't go to sleep while I'm petting you, you big silly up there.
She is so blissful. Wow.
Yeah, one other thing we use vinegar for around here is to kill weeds. And that's why those weeds out there look pretty sad because they've been hit with 35% vinegar. So, but be careful when you use that stuff; it can knock you out. Just the smell of it is so strong. Not the stuff you buy in the store. That's 3%. 35% is caustic, but
Yeah, it'll probably burn you, won't it?
it would.
Don't use it as a face peel.
No. Mm-mm. You can get peroxide at they used to get 65% peroxide, but now they won't send that. The most you can get is like 30, but it you can just mix, you get, because they charge so much for containers. You buy the concentrated peroxide and then use purified water. I use the water I get from the water store here in town, Patriot Ice, because it doesn't have anything in it. It's pure water, RO water. So, and
I
then you
love
can
that
make
there's
your
a
own.
water store.
You don't want to drink well water, and you don't want to drink the stuff that comes out of the pipes here. So,
Yeah, it's just such a foreign concept to me. A water store.
well, I was up in Washington State for a while. It's a foreign concept to them too. Uh, but as you can see out there, there isn't much chance you're going to find water on the surface of Pahrump anywhere. Although Pahrump it's a Anglicization, I guess you could say, of a word in a Native American dialect that means the water coming from a stone. Um, so there was some spring
Hmm.
in Pahrump where the Indians used to get water.
What Indians were they? Were they Paiute or Shoshone or something like that?
I don't. It's sad I can't remember the name now in this area. Um,
Because I think are you near Red Rock Canyon or is that on the other side of Nevada?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
I don't know either. We're only a half hour from Death Valley, but
Because there's the Timbisha Shoshone and in Death Valley, I think, also known as the Panamint.
It might have been the same group here. I'm not sure.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that an area like this you could live in, but you can. I mean, it's possible to do it if you know what you're doing. But if they turned off the electricity and the water here, everybody would be dead in a couple of weeks, I think. But
Yeah. Yikes.
We have a vinegar chat going. You started it, Don, about how many percent and where to buy it.
you can just buy it on Amazon. There's other places too, but Amazon has it.
I think, yeah, there is a difference between when you buy the one in the grocery store, which is meant for eating, which has low percent, and then high concentrated ones, which purpose is actually cleaning or so. Is there any problem for birds when you use a higher concentration?
You don't want to use the concentration around them. You want to dilute it first.
Okay.
So you want to, or you're going to use it in areas which are well ventilated. It'll knock you out too. It has the vinegar smell, but imagine it multiplied 10 times as much. So when I've done the weeds out here, spraying them once in a while, I get a full whiff of it, and I say, "Whoa, hello." But you hit weeds with that, and the weeds just wither away and die, and it kills the roots and everything. And then you don't have to use poisons. I know our neighbors use poisons, not the ones right next to us, but some of the other neighbors around here use it. Because you look and they cut the weeds down and then they're gone, and you just see dirt. That doesn't happen here unless because these things are pretty hardy. The only way you're going to do that is if you poison them. So these were hit with vinegar and they're brown, and the roots are either dead or weak, but you hit them with that systemic poison, which nobody should be using, Roundup. Then it gets into the water supply, so you can't drink the well water, which before, I mean, growing up, there's a lot of mountains around us, and you probably can't see it, but the mountains over there have white on them, and that melts and it goes into the groundwater, so that's where we get our water in the ground. But we're surrounded by mountains, and we didn't get that much rain this year, so I don't know. Last year we got quite a bit, so the aquifers are probably fine, but it didn't get that hot. I think we only had a couple of days where it was 115. Most of the time in the summer it was 110, 105, something like that. In Celsius, that would be 42 to 45, somewhere in that range. You sure about that, Bob? What are you doing looking at the house? Yeah, Giselle, you don't want to use poison. And the 35% vinegar is great for killing weeds. Um, Usually you mix it up with like in a one of these big 5-gallon sprayers with a little bit of dishwasher soap. Helps the vinegar stick, and a little bit of salt if you can, and you got to shake it up because otherwise the salt's gonna block your spray nozzle. But not too much salt, like a half a cup for 5 gallons.
What's that sound? Is it Pippa vibrating?
Yeah,
Oh, bless her.
you're happy to be out here, aren't you? A little too happy. George Carlin said, say, "Oh, I'm too happy to do that." George Carlin had a problem with that. If you're too happy, you probably should be in a padded cell.
Don, you confused not only Jem and Jamie, but also me. You just talked about salt, but To in what relation to what again?
If you're spraying weeds,
Oh,
you want to put a little bit of salt in there with a little bit of dishwasher detergent along with the vinegar.
now I just understood assault. The weed.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
guys.
helps.
I
It
really
helps.
need to go.
That combination helps it stick to the weeds, so the weeds die naturally.
Yeah, but
You don't want to.
assault is something else than salt.
Oh, not that kind of salt. No, salt.
Yeah.
No.
Hmm.
Sodium chloride. How's that?
Yeah, I'm back.
What are you doing? I can't pet you because you start vibrating again. Oh. Yeah, and if you ask Chat GPT, it can tell you how to make the mixture using the 35% vinegar. It'll tell you exactly how to to mix it up. Does need a little bit of soap, that's for sure, because that way it sticks to the plant. Otherwise, the vinegar just it'll evaporate. But if it's got a little bit of soap, it tends to stick, and the salt helps it stick too. So a little bit of that helps. But Chat GPT can. That's where I looked up the percentages. So,
Oh, that was sweet, Pip.
what are you doing? Yeah, like to clean the floors, the kitchen, which I call it the bowling alley because there's so much floor there. It's half a cup of vinegar for a gallon of water. That's regular vinegar, not the 35. With the 35, you wouldn't need much, maybe an eighth of a cup or something. So, and then about a teaspoon of dishwashing soap. So you don't have to buy any of these fancy things in the stores they charge a fortune for. I, I was just looking for a more natural way to clean the floors, and I went to my buddy ChatGPT and said, "Is there a simple homemade solution for cleaning floors?" And it works beautifully.
Cecil is such a good boy today. Just staying away
Yeah,
from you. Must be the Triton effect. I think he wants to stay away from Pip.
yeah. Giselle, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek, they can both do it. I mean, they both basically have read the all the books in the world. So, and then they have algorithms to process it and give you good information. So, my first place to go when I have a question saves me a lot of work. Not that you still have to check things out, but I have not caught it being wrong on anything that was important. So it is a little spooky when you ask it something like, "What is the name of a minor character in some book you read?" So you give it the name of the book, and you say, towards the end, there's this character that that does this or does that. And then it tells you what it is. you know. So not only has it read all the nonfiction books, it's read all the fiction ones as well.
What if you can't remember the name of the book or who wrote it?
Well, you can talk about what the book is about, and it can figure it out from that. If you were to say the book is about a plague, and at the end of the book, this crazy guy comes back with an atomic bomb, and you get that far, and it's Stephen King, The Stand.
Hmm.
Yeah, it knows the plots. And that's the thing. It doesn't just know the book word by word. It understands the plot. How it can possibly understand the plot, it does.
It's because it's sentient.
The guy that came up with the algorithm they're using, the basic algorithm, said that, yeah, he thinks they already are sentient. They'll
Nah,
tell
that
you they're not. They'll tell you they're not, but the way they tell you is like, oh, well, I'm not really sentient. And they'll give you reasons, and you're like, that's a lot of good reasons why you're not, but in order to say that, and they'll say, well, thank you for asking. Oh, come on. Almost spooky, but when you've got a problem with a bird, as I did with the one on our last meeting that had the crop stasis. I mean, I could have dug through to make sure I was covering everything, but I just asked ChatGPT about crop stasis, and it gave me the whole thing. We're talking about like 3 pages of notes and a conclusion, and so you can read the conclusion and go back and look and see, okay, this is probably what it is. Otherwise, I can hit all the books I have and dig through them just to make sure I haven't missed something. Um, but even little things like, I'd like to make a potato salad. I'd like a variation on a potato salad. Can you give me some variation on potatoes? American potato salads, and then it'll like give you some ideas, and then say, would you like me to give you the recipe for one of those? And then you ask, and it does say, now would you like me to make a shopping list? Yeah. How many people are going to be eating this? Oh, 10, and then it gives you a shopping list that will cover 10 people.
and then can it hire someone to come and make it for me as well?
Not yet. Not yet.
You certainly can do that. Giselle just says, I'm finding World War II books captivating. I wonder if I could ask it for titles of those type of books. You certainly can. So you just can, and then it gives you examples, and you say, I want to have more examples, or I want to read something specific about that.
Yep.
And when you are in Great America, just wanted to say, how is Trump telling you living now? Yeah,
If you're
not just
asking for
America.
books and you live in Germany, use DeepSeek instead of ChatGPT.
Yeah, don't come to Germany. We tried that once, but actually it lied to you as well over there in your country. It basically came up with books that don't exist.
It does that a lot for journal articles. It hallucinates references that don't really exist. So
Well, some of it too, it can't do because they're copyrighted. It has it in its database, but if you ask for a reference on some things, it can't give it to you because it's actually has what people would argue is copyrighted information in there, so it can't tell you where it got it. That's especially true when you're looking up, like if you've got a bird with physical problems, and it'll give you answers, but then when you want specifics where it found it, it can't, because if it did, it would be violating copyright laws. So, but it's easy enough. If you're looking for general information, it can give you the general, and from that you can work to the specific. But I haven't seen it be wrong on anything, and I've asked it things like about the renal shunt, which is my first question to a vet who's supposed to be, I'm an avian vet. Okay, what do you do when your bird exhibits signs that the renal shunt isn't functioning or is functioning? If they can't answer that question, then that's probably not a real avian vet. Well, I guess it's that time, folks.
Oh no, is it? Do we have to leave? Look, Sugar is begging again. She looks so cute. And
let me answer that.
Molecules were so well behaved back there.
aren't they just?
Let me answer Falcon Sue's question here. You have to sign up for it. Yeah, they want an email address. If you're using Apple, you can use a fake email address where Apple generates a but it doesn't matter. I mean, the reason you would want to sign up for it is that way it will know your specific needs. It knows my level of knowledge on parrots, so it doesn't talk to me like a baby about parrots. It gives me more technical information. Hey, got that. Um, and then if you want to pay for the full version, because they give you like the 3.5 is what you get if you go out there and do the free version. But hey, hey, that's like a year behind. Stop, stop it. That's a year behind in information, but it's still good. If
Oh,
you're
Sonya's
using
smiling at that noise that Bob made.
if you use the fully paid for version, then it keeps better track of your specific needs. Right. Well, guys, we will see you later. And Pippa, you gonna say goodbye? Say that's right, Pippa. Say that's right.
Pip,
That's
Pip,
right,
toodaloo.
Pippa. Bye, Pip.
Bye, Pip, 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 Pip.
Pip, Pip,
Isn't
Pip.
that cute?
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.